Hello viewers, welcome to our program Development Zone, where we celebrate achievers, unveil the core potential of our dear nation, and also celebrate those who have contributed immensely to the gain of our country. Today on the program, we'll be chatting with Barrister Yakubu Galadima. He's the Mahakama Toto of Nasarawa State. He'll be sharing with us the importance and the significance of Sallah, and also he'll be talking on some other national issues. Sit back, relax. I'll be right back. So, as a Muslim faithful, can you tell the entire world the significance of today's celebration to all the Muslims across the board?
Well, this is one of the rituals as a Muslim that we usually celebrate every year in, year out. You know, the significance or the importance of today's celebration is the fact that those who know history who know back then that even during the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and God decreed that we should sacrifice animal. In fact, before then, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam had a dream that God ordained or God ordered him to sacrifice his son Ismail. And then the following morning, he narrated to the son that, oh, I had a dream that I should sacrifice you, my son. The son obeyed, and because he's very obedient, he obeyed and said, oh, go ahead and sacrifice me. It was in that process that God sent a ram down. And that is why we sacrifice ram year in, year out, right from that time to date.
Thank you very much, Nano, sir. Looking at the nation now that we are undergoing security unrest, what forms of message all Muslim faithful across board that are celebrating alongside with you today?
Well, I was going to say, Alhamdulillah. I know there are a lot of security challenges here and there, all over the world, not only in Nigeria. But what we keep on saying is for the parent to call their words to the order, to be able to guide them. If you have children, you should be able to know where and what they are doing at the particular time. If all of us, all hands are going to be on deck, I'm very much sure that this civil unrest is going to be curbed or to be reduced drastically. Because when somebody has so many children, he doesn't really know what they're doing. Some of them don't know where they're sleeping. Some of them don't know where they're living also. So it's a problem. So we should be able to control our children. We should be able to know what they're doing, what they're eating, and where they're sleeping. If that is done, I'm sure this civil unrest is going to be curbed drastically.
Thank you very much. Still on the issue of insecurity in the nation, we all are aware that some quarters of the nation are agitating some parts of the country, agitation for the division of this country. And you being a legal practitioner, what forms your word of advice and what's your take on those that are seeking for the division of our country?
Well, by virtue of the Constitution of Nigeria, most especially if you read Section 36, Section 35, 36, have freedom of movement, freedom of association. So as far as I'm concerned, as a legal practitioner, or in my legal point of view, I am not dissenting, or I'm not averse to any part of the country that want to dissent. So if they want the country to be divided, I don't think I have any issue I don't have cause for alarm, because if you look at it, there are so many countries like USSR, the Soviet Union, they used to be one together, and today they've separated, and all of them are doing very well. And if you look at the places like Sudan, we used to have Southern Sudan, Northern Sudan, now all of them are separated, and they're doing very well. So I think but unity in diversity, actually, it helps a lot. But where you notice that the marriage is not longer tenable, I think the best thing for us to do is to allow those who want to go, it's a cessationist, so they should allow them to go. You can't force anybody into any marriage relationship. So if the relationship has gone sour, I think it's high time that those who want to go instead of killing innocent people along the line.
Still on the issue of insecurity in the country, do you think the challenges we're facing right now, that the armed forces can be able to bring unity and security rest this country before the 2023 forthcoming election?
If you look at the number of the armed forces combine together with the police, with civil defense, with mobile police, with any other organization you are talking about. You see, put together, they're less than 1 million. And this is a country of about 200 million. I wonder how you can be able to say you can curb such a situation. The best way that they can be able to curb insecurity in Nigeria is for them to be able to improve and encourage community policing. When you have in community policy, like this our area is concerned, we should be able to know who is who. But how many police can we deploy to this area? In Kuje Area Council as a whole, how many policemen do you have? You have less than 1,000. And the population of Kuje alone is more than 100,000. So assuming you are pegging 10 people per one police, so tell me, it will not go around. So one policeman cannot even police his house. Talk about say you want him to police a community. So it's a problem. So the only way we are going to do, if the federal government is sincere and the National Assembly are sincere with themselves, I think it's high time they should be able to pass a law that is going to support community policing. If possible, they should be able to maybe make a provision, financial provision for each community that should be able to build a house or maybe an office where it's going to. And you can decide it's a voluntary organization. Vigilante, the VGN is a vigilante voluntary organization. All they need is they co-opt them into the system, and then you pay them stipends, maybe 10,000, 15,000, or 5,000 at least. It's something that you make them belong to the society, and those are the people that can be able to curb all those kind of social vices in Nigeria.
And the last note before let's go off the program, sir, I want to use this opportunity to advise the youth across board now that the forthcoming general election, come 2023, is by the corner.
Well, the advice I'm going to give to the youth is for them to shun vices. They should be able to stop taking drugs because those who indulge into drug takers, certainly you cannot deviate them from going into social vices or crime. Criminality at times is inherent in some people, while some, they actually indulge into criminality under the influence of drugs. Alcohol and things like that. So if the youth will be able to shun those vices, I think the 2023 upcoming election or forthcoming election will be peaceful, will be devoid of any rancor or any other things. And because we know politicians, what they usually do is for them to be able to, to mobilize some thugs around the community, which of course they know they are valuable, and then they know they are fallible. So because those who refuse to go to school definitely will be used as a tools in the hands of politicians, and that's what politicians usually do. You get a lot of vulnerable ones among the youth in the society. You co-opt them into your campaign team. They call it campaign team, but rather the role they are going to play is that of thugs. So they invite them, they buy machete for them, buy all sort of sophisticated weapon for them, and they buy bags of Indian hemp or heroin, whatever you call it, and they keep in the car. You see them taking lacasera, but the content is not lacasera. So those are the kind of vices that actually, those are kind of the influence of drugs that makes our boys to take machete and then cutlass and start macheting people on the street.
Thank you very much, sir. Like you've heard it all for, I guess, the person of Barrister Yakubu Galadima, youth out there should shun any violence. We should put hands together to make this country a better one. And also, we should not allow any political officer to use us as a channel to achieve their negative motive. Till I come here again, I remain your host, Joseph Onokobolijo. Bye.
We all know that today is a day of sacrifice, and this you have to trace this issue back to during the Prophet time, and we all know that a day like this is a day that ram has to be slaughtered. And each and every Muslim that has the power to have this ram and slaughter today, then God will answer, because it's a day of supplication, a day of joy, a day of celebrating with each another. So the day is marked, and everybody, all worldwide, every Muslim have cause to celebrate today because today is Eid al-Kabir. The issue of security is very, very capital intensive, and it is responsibility of all. Like I mentioned in my own remarks, that we should support government in fighting this menace, because it's a challenge that is all over the world, and we have to really support government effort by giving information that will lead to arrest of some of these criminals. So we cannot sit down and say government is doing nothing, whereas we are the government, and we have to support government in its effort to rid this very country, because it's the responsibility of the government to make sure that his subjects are moving freely, enjoying their sleep, going to farm. So it's the responsibility of the government, but I know government have been trying that. Without the support, it's not how government alone can be able to tackle that challenge. You know, times with that number, an occasion like this, we have to talk to our subjects that they should live in peace with each another, and irrespective of their religion, tribal, political, and whatever differences. So we need to, God has not made mistake for bringing us together. So we have to live as brother keepers. We should endure each other, we should tolerate each other in whatever we are doing. Whether you're a Muslim, Christian, whatever. As a human being, you should tolerate your partner so that we move this very country forward.
We all know Eid is a festival of which being organized every year, of which the Muslim Ummah signifies this very victory day to be a day that we rejoice, to unite and to celebrate, which we title it as the name Sallah celebration. I will encourage other Muslim Ummah to unite, because what they call the Sallah is all about unity. It's a festival of which we organize every year, of which it unites us and to make us to utilize the very day to rejoice and to make the unity.
Very, very prepared. Our men are on ground. As you can see, if you go to all the beats, you see our men there. All the praying ground, our men are there. As far as security issues concerned in Kuje, there is no cause for alarm. We work together, the synergy is too great. The police, the DSS, the military, the road safety, the VI, we have been working together. From morning we are together at the Tipper Garage, moving to all the places we are together. Yesterday we were on Operation Show of Us all together, and God has been helping us. Kuje is what? Under control. I'm using the opportunity to tell all the criminal elements in Kuje that they should stay off. Kuje is not a place for any criminal. If anyone's caught, the law is going to deal with that person seriously. And we are not taking that one for granted. I have been telling them, and we have been encouraging each other. What I'm still going to tell them, keep on doing it. This is the clear call we have been called to do it. And I know for anyone that is doing well, there is better thing ahead. They should not look back, they should keep on doing and make sure the Kuje is what is safe.
Please do follow us on our social media platform for more updates and comments. On Facebook, Bolijo Media Communications Limited. On Twitter, BOJ_TV. On WhatsApp, 0703-477-8568. Our email, bolijomedia@yahoo.com. For more updates from BOJ TV, kindly click on the subscribe button and the notification bell sign beside.